All right, fantasy superlatives preseason picks for MVP. And I'm very interested in what the chat on YouTube, if you like, everyone want to participate in our show, youtube.com/fantasyfootball. Today, we're going to record live 8:30, more like 8:40 a.m. Eastern most mornings. All right, so give me a fantasy MVP.
Christian McCaffrey.
Literally stole the words out of my mouth.
Oh, wow. Okay. Fantasy MVP, sometimes that's a first-round pick who's just unbelievable. Sometimes that's a second-round pick that plays like a first-rounder. Sometimes that's a waiver wire guy, like maybe you say Baker Mayfield was fantasy MVP.
Kyron Williams was a couple of years ago.
Who could be that guy? Who could be the Baker Mayfield?
Drake May.
Yeah. I still think Caleb has it in him with the 500-yard rushing.
That arm talent, sure.
All right, we got, let's see, Lamb, Bijan, Drake London vote, Abuka. I don't know about
a case for Travion. He's not a late round pick, but someone that you're drafting in rounds 3 and 4, and he just absolutely explodes. That would be fun.
Oh, I got one. This is the guy, I've said this for so long now, but the guy who's being drafted latest, who could finish number 1 at his position. I'm trying to think if this should include quarterbacks or not, but Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is the last pick who I could see playing like a top 3 overall player. Oh.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, make or break player. All right. So McCaffrey appears to be our pick. We have to write this down. Rookie of the year. I think this really has to bake in ADP because otherwise we just take Genty. But rookie of the year, what do you think?
We're not allowed to take Genty?
No, you can. You can, but it's not going to be like, oh, which rookie scores the most fantasy points? It's which rookie gives you the most value, I think.
So last year it would have been
Thomas. Oh, Neighbors, BTJ, or McConkey, I'd say.
Well, if you're basing it on who gave you the most value, it's Thomas.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
No,
and
maybe
that was like for the whole year. Yeah, Bucky isn't a great answer because he was only half the year.
What about Jaden Daniels from last year?
Oh, yeah.
That would be a pretty good one. Thank you.
Thank you.
Or Bowers.
Bowers was
yeah.
It was a good class. Rookie of the year, I'll say Matthew Golden.
That's a nice call. How about Tyler Warren?
What if it's Colston Loveland?
You cannot rule it out.
I think I'm going to go
trade. A lot of people catching passes in Chicago.
Got to vote for Tedero McMillan, Tyler Warren.
You'll get votes for everybody.
Yeah,
you can see it with Krosky Merritt, for crying out loud.
All right, this one's fun. How about? Oh, by the way, what did I say? I said 5 years in a row. Correct me tell me if this sounds right. 5 years in a row, there's been at least 2 rookie wide receivers drafted in round 9 or later that finished top 24, either per game or overall.
Sounds right.
Yeah, right. If that's not exactly right, it's something like that. I think that streak ends this year.
Because they're all the good ones are getting drafted too soon?
Unless Golden,
I don't know how many good ones there are,
and Abuka somehow end up with ADP in round 9 or later. Right. But I just, look.
Golden's got to be close.
Golden is...
you're right. He's just about 100th overall on CBS.
What about Abuka?
There's no way he's there still.
I can't type today. Hold on. He's at 83. So that's round 7.
I would think if there's going to be a second one, Luther Burden could be that guy.
I think Trey Harris.
I was going to actually say Thornton.
I think you're right. I think there's only one.
Now, look, I don't think anyone thought Brian Thomas Jr. was going to be that or McConkey, but
but those guys definitely had the talent and the
draft capital.
Yeah. The draft capital.
Someone's making a case for Torrey Horton, and I mean the stranger things have happened. It said Torrey Horton if Cooper Kupp is washed. So this was a wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks.
It's a good call.
Yeah, that's the kind of, you're not going to draft them, but you keep an eye on those guys.
Jaden Higgins, somebody else mentioned that's also a good call.
All right, how about sophomore of the year? Sophomore of the year.
I would hope, based on where they're getting drafted, that it's going to be Neighbors or Thomas or McConkey.
Yep.
But you got Jaden, you got Bowers, you got Bucky, you have. I think if there's somebody that can make a leap, there's two that come to mind for me. One would be Pearsall. I guess Keon Coleman also make a leap.
Mhm.
Pearsall and Coleman at receiver, based on their opportunities, and then Tyrone Tracy. I mean, he was basically the second best rookie running back last year, and now you're talking about maybe a better offense for the Giants, and he's got that role. Somebody else has made a good call in the chat too. Drake May.
Yeah, I was going to suggest Drake May.
Yeah.
And I love Coleman.
Caleb, yeah, you got those rookie quarterbacks from last year. You got Caleb and
Mhm.
Drake May and Penix. So hopefully, look, last year was a crazy year, right? I don't remember what it was. The first 15 picks were offensive players. We haven't even, no one said Marvin Harris a junior, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of talent, There's Marvin Harris. Dunze. Yeah, it's exciting. Get some sophomores. All right, biggest bust. Who do you think the biggest bust will be?
Overall,
Yeah.
it's hard for me not to say Saquon, but
Tyreek could fit that bill pretty easily.
I don't know if Tyreek can based on where he's getting drafted, though.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point.
I think Josh Jacobs is going to be a bust if he's really going 12th overall. Not a huge bust, but
I have a hard time seeing that without injury.
Right.
with him being a bust, yeah. I bet you're not taking him in the first round.
No. Well, non-PPR, yes.
How about Lamb? Nobody has any concerns about the Cowboys?
Mild.
I think you have to have some concerns about a lot of players in certain situations.
Right.
I mean, it's easy to sit here and say, because it happened a year ago, Thomas cover yours, but like if JJ McCarthy sucks.
Yeah. By the way, Dave, mild, very mild is what I'm going to be saying later today when I call up and place my order for wings.
You're not going to get any hot wings? You
No,
haven't 12 people over?
I'll get medium for them, and I'll sweat it out. Post hype.
You don't have to get one flavor,
It's true. I'm ordering it really from a pizza place though. I'm not getting it from a wings place, so it's not going to be great. I think quality. Maybe,
Have you ever gotten the wings from this place before?
No. I
Do you have a preferred wing joint in town?
No, I really don't. I don't.
All right. Well,
Post hype breakout of the year.
Post hype breakout of the
Let's just
year.
get the conversation started with Trevor Lawrence.
Let's go in. Caleb Williams.
So I think he's too much in the sophomore of the year category.
Oh, sorry, he can't be in both.
There's still some hype there.
Marvin Harrison, same situation.
Yeah. Who's the guy that maybe has been counted out going pretty late?
That isn't counted out?
No, that maybe has been counted out.
Oh, been counted out. That's going late?
Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts, yeah.
Dalton Kincaid, right?
If Tyreek stinks, maybe that opens the door for Waddle to see an uptick in targets.
Yeah.
See, I think CJ Stroud would be a good one for this category too.
How about Chris Olave?
Yeah.
That might be a good one because he's still young enough to make an impact. They're going to go with Radler at quarterback to begin the year. He can be aggressive. I don't know if he can be accurate, but he can be aggressive throwing downfield. We saw in the preseason that they lined up Olave all over the field. I think that might be a good one. Could Stephon Diggs be a good one?
Yeah. I mean, it's tough to put him in the breakout category, but
Right. I'm
I guess
thinking
I'd
more like
say,
a guy that was great or had high expectations, took a bad year, and now is back.
Michael Pittman.
right. So I wanted to talk about Olave. I'm glad you brought him up because Olave, I mean, it's so hard because I just can't really see Spencer Rattler having a good year or whoever it is. But 2022, Amari Cooper, I want to say Jacoby Brissett was their quarterback. Nobody wanted Amari Cooper. He was wide receiver 28 in average draft position. He finished as wide receiver 10. Let's see what he was per game because he wasn't going to be that good. But he was wide receiver 19 per game, averaged 14.6 fantasy points per game.
He takes it all day for Olave right now.
Absolutely. 2023, I think this was Mike Evans. This was Baker Mayfield coming over. Nobody believed in him. Mike Evans was wide receiver 31, and he finished in ADP. He was 31. Evans finished as wide receiver 11, and and he averaged 16.6 fantasy points per game. Oh, he was a wide receiver 11 per game. He was probably a top 5 overall because he played 17 games. I mean, last year, I don't know if it was maybe Chris Godwin. I don't know if there was an example of this last year.
Oh, it was definitely Godwin.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but did people think his quarterback stunk? I know I was.
No, I think people were just
Right.
concerned about him.
Who was the guy that maybe people thought their quarterback was terrible, and they ended up being good?
Jerry Jeudy.
How about Sutton? Cortland Sutton was like a back half of the draft pick last year.
Yeah, Cortland Sutton went 112th.
It's great.
Oh,
I would even put Terry McLaurin in there because I didn't think Jaden Daniels was going to stink, but I thought his passing numbers would be pretty low because he was going to run so much.
Yeah,
I liked McLaurin last year.
When you have I know, but when you have a clear number one target, he could outperform his ADP. Now the question is he the clear number one target? Because last year Rashid Shaheed out-targeted Chris Olave when they were both healthy. That's what we'll have to find out. And obviously there's Kamara. Waiver wire pickup of the year. Who's not being drafted you think will be the waiver wire pickup of the year?
Oh boy, I just did all these positions.
The first name that came to my mind was Brashard Smith of the Chiefs.
Interesting call. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How about Will Shipley, just in case?
Let's see Woody Marks.
Yeah, Woody Marks is good. He's still out there in a ton of leagues. Is Tootin still out there in like half of CBS leagues? He was last week.
He's over 65%. So I didn't
so not anymore.
There will be some panic drops after week 1 of some of these handcuff guys that will potentially end up in great spots. So like I'll give you an example. Somebody just actually put in the chat. I had to drop in a magazine draft that we did in May. I had to drop somebody to pick up, and I'll find out today if I get him. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt did not get drafted in this league. So DJ Giddens was somebody I drafted, and it's a weird site. You have to actually drop the players before you can add them in the first run of waivers. So I had to drop Giddens, which I don't want to do, but I need to free up roster spot. And so, you can see a situation like that where you're dropping, handcuff and the starter gets hurt.
Yep, for sure.